What's going on, ladies and gents? It's your boy Darth. We're back with some more Queensblade Limit Break video content. Finally, after a long hiatus, everyone thought I was dead. No, I'm immortal. Alright, I can't die. So I will be here forever making content. You're just going to have to deal with that someday. You're just going to have to square with that someday. Listen, the holiday event, Christmas holiday event more specifically, is in full swing. Started today. We didn't get much advance notice about it. We didn't even get that countdown where they give you crappy rewards every day. Actually, they changed it to be pretty decent. The countdown where you log in every day and get gifts leading up to the event. They didn't do that. It just kind of appeared on the event's calendar. And then they sent us an email like a day or so ago letting us know that the Christmas event was coming. Woohoo! It's coming tomorrow. And here it is. It's in full swing. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to cover this one in too much in depth. It's the same old stuff rehashed where they aren't really giving you too much. And it's actually gotten worse. I remember some of the other events, not that they were too much better, but they're really leaning into monetization. And me and the game have had kind of a rift over the last 2 months. I'll elaborate on that in a follow-up video because, yes, I didn't want to reveal it this way, but I just decided to, is that I am winding down with the game. That's why the content has kind of droughted. And again, I'll elaborate on that in a follow-up video, but I'm just not excited about this event. It doesn't bring anything really new, except it really is kind of annoying. I'm sorry, G123, if you're watching, but these events are getting old, man. With the exception of the event boss, and even you managed to even kind of kill that to some degree. Let's take a look at it. You got your 7-day login, right? Oh, rewards. Oh, there's a frame. Another frame that add to my collection that I don't really use. Yeah, the HP and attack isn't going to do dink for most people, even new players, but it's the background that is always the bread and butter of the event, and they stopped giving those away free many events ago. So no, I don't expect it, but there it is right there for your $10. You get some books, okay, whatever, it is what it is. However, there is one on the advanced track. Here, the login bonus, $24 for 160 books. If you're really short on books and you've exhausted your boost fund and you're willing to throw $24 at these guys, pick up 160 books. Why not? It is what it is. Don't even bother with this Ultimate Sacred Treasure, which is actually really decent, but not for $50, because this is a pay-to-obtain and pay-to-win Sacred Treasure thus far, and yeah, just don't play their game. But yeah, guys, there's not really a whole lot different here. I mean, you got everything from the Aldra's Kitchen minigame, which I wish they would just do away with. I hate it. I've always hated it. Skin pack, always overpriced. Don't care about it, even though I would like to have the skins. Lucky bag, don't care about it. It is what it is. You have the Pop Idol themed battle going on. This time white is actually winning. There's really no downside to choosing any side. You just get a few less, and unless you're spending money, you're not going to get hardly anything anyways, so don't even bother. I mean, unless you are throwing lots and lots of money at this, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. It really does not. You're going to get everybody gets the same rewards anyways, and you have to spend a certain amount of points, which you barely get by the end of the event anyways, to get a few boxes, get a few shards for something that isn't going to be too meaningful anyways. I'm sorry to be negative, guys, but this is where the company has gone. However, I always look forward to the bosses. The bosses are always cool, and I wish that these would be rotating bosses, like once a month. They'll throw these bosses in there one week a month or something. They just rotate through these bosses. And yes, as you can see, I am killing it. 4.3 billion damage, taking the #1 spot. There's a couple people who are stronger than I am, who haven't logged in yet, who will probably take that, but I was #2 last event boss, and I'll probably end up being #2 or 3 this time. I know how to set up my warriors. I know how to do it. It is what it is. The problem is that event bosses are now immune to HP effects such as poison. rendering one of the best boss support, long-term fight damage, particularly when it comes to follow-up attackers and counter-attackers, is useless. They've rendered a huge chunk of the dual attribute warrior team comps useless because HP effects, and curse isn't really a item that you want to rely on, and outside of the poison damage, some of these new dual warriors just aren't viable. And I've been testing that over the last 2 events, guys. You can argue with that all you want, but they've rendered lots of warriors useless when it comes to event bosses because they know that they've programmed them. They're way too good on bosses. So how do you think that they really do perform on groups? Well, they still perform good, but for some reason on bosses, because of stacking poison from dual attribute Arania, or Aranea, I think it's Arania, that she is the #1 support when it comes to the right team comp to put on team #1. Keep in mind there it's a dual team, so I'm using Alyssa. Because they've rendered a dual attribute incorrect, you want to rely on Break Nanelle. Break Nanelle is your long-term fighter along with Break Alyssa. Put Bloom in there. Just remember you have to have the stated warriors on each team to be effective. I don't know why I didn't use her here, but Break Spicy Pirate Captain Leliana is actually really good here as well because she is a DPS monster and gets a chance to shine again. But you want the currency here because the exchange shop can be used to your advantage. Here's the issue. Only people who can benefit from this and are going to have... You're going to have a different viewpoint on this. Long-term players are going to benefit from this more than newer players because most new players, here's the sad reality, most new players do not last longer than 6 months. Not enough time unless you're spending money to take advantage of a lot of these other items. So get your universal shards, guys, and then decide where you want to go from there. Advanced players are going to take the Stone of Revelation. New players and advanced want the Skill Awakening Stones. Reformation Stone only works if you have a jewel high enough to use it. And if you're planning for the future, keep in mind, again, most people do not stick with a game long enough to have these. And don't spend money on those kind of jewels. Just get the Genesis Stone if you're a new player. Link Key is also something that a new player is going to want to pick up because you can benefit from it right away. The Engraving Stone and the Rainbow Spirit Stones, again, advanced player items. And I'm not saying new players shouldn't have them, but the sad reality is you most likely as a new player aren't going to use these. So don't waste currency there. Get you some skin tickets. Get you some extra precious draws. Link Key, Genesis Stones, Awakening Stone, Skill Stones. And from there you may want to get some enhancing crystals to continue to upgrade your gear to the what I like to call minimum level, or the base optimal level, which is 3 stars versus suboptimal and above optimal. That's it, guys. There's really nothing out of the ordinary here. There's still a lot of pay-to-win crap going on, and I encourage most people, including myself, just don't do it. This whole battle here was really, really bad. People were spending lots and lots of money last time to get the warrior shards, and it just wasn't worth it. Do you, boo-boo. Do what you gotta do. But in the end, it's just the simple fact that you can't get the holiday theme for participating in the event, and you're just going to get the frame, which you should get both. I think that G123 has thrown down the gauntlet on who they are, and we've seen that over the last few months as well. So, sorry to be negative on this one, guys. Let me know what you think of the new the Christmas event. Again, standard. So, what do you really think? What would you like to see them do differently? What could they do differently to kind of keep the player base engaged during the holidays when they know most people probably aren't, even though for some reason people spend an enormous amount of money in these gacha games despite not really being in the game very often. Like, comment, and subscribe if you can, guys. I'll follow up a video with more details on what I was talking about before. Happy holidays. Be safe. Tell your loved ones you love them. Send me a message telling me that you love me, because I know you do. It is what it is. And I'll see you in the next one.